You were live, Jake. Jake, we're live. What do we got down here? It's what is it? Week 12, right? Week 12. What is it, Jake? Huh. This filter's nice. Takes away. Look at go down. Imperfections, stress.
Are you serious?
Come up. Blend. There we go.
The dogs ate my homework again. They ate week 8, week 9, and week 10, and week 11, which is good. All bad weeks for me. They ate all the losers, and now we're ready to turn the page on week 12.
All right.
Boy,
Let's talk about last week though. What happened last week? Because from what I gathered, you
I
know,
don't, I don't think we have
I
to.
was I was really bad this week from what I gathered, Jake. But you know what? I only watched a couple games. I watch what I can. I can't watch every game, but I told you, like last week, I told you, I said I'm going to get into it this week. I'm going to actually watch some football. I watched Thursday Night Football. It was awesome. Really, it was a good game, actually, really fun. And I watched some football over the weekend, and it was awesome. And, Monday Night Football, I did miss because I passed out. I couldn't help it. I fell asleep at like 9 and watched a little bit. But anyway, long story short, Jake, long story short, last week I thought I was gonna maybe do better than the prior week because I think the week before was my worst week yet. Don't you think? Wasn't it kind of? I think it was. I think it was my worst week that I've had since I've been doing this.
Yeah. What was that? A 12 and 3? Was that your worst week?
12-3.
I'm being facetious. Uh,
I can't handle that
for
right now,
for
Jake.
for
Way past my bedtime. Um, Jake, seriously, man. Um,
Yeah, it was.
you know how like the week prior to last week's picks, whatever it was, week 10, we both, I did pretty bad, probably pretty bad, and I was like, okay. And then last week was the worst week I think I've had. It was
Yeah,
really
the 8-6.
8-6. I think that was the height of my disappointment. You
Eight
know,
and six, yeah, and then a 9-5, or was that what we had this past? Is that what you went this past week?
oh, I think this past week was like the worst one.
No, well,
I don't know, man.
you
From
do
what
you
I
have
said,
the
every game I tuned into was like I'm losing again, losing again.
you were losing?
Yeah, 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 yeah. It seemed like every game I tuned into, it was like, there was a couple glimmers of hope in there, here and there. I was like, yeah, just like I thought, and then all of a sudden, bam, flip flop. No, it's not like that. And then I watched a couple other games, and I was kind of surprised by the outcome of most of the games I watched by a little bit. And I was talking to Kev from Cal and Kev, or Kev and Cal, the other football channel that we want to be a part of. And Kev was like, "Man, last week was just really crazy. It was like a lot of it didn't make sense." And my theory was like, "This is a really tough time in football right now. This is when teams get tired. You know, the push is on. It's getting more and more intense as you get more and more fatigued. And how much can mentally can you handle, like making new plays and challenging the other team and trying to figure out what they're going to do at this stage of the game that they haven't brought to the table yet. There's all sorts of crazy shit, right? And it's like very, very stressful. And there's these dynamics that are happening with teams that are flipping around, and they're making it hard for guys like us to make these guesses. Just guesses. They're just guesses on who's going to win or lose. So what happened last week? Let's go.
Well, like I said, uh the those sweet, sweet, lovable dogs, Farmer and Flynn, ate up week 8, 9. 8, 9, 10, and 11. I can't find.
You're forcing me to get
I
archival.
can't. I can't find the tops. The 10 and 11. They were just right
Jake,
here.
I don't want to get
Oh,
archival.
here we go.
I hate getting archival.
Uh,
It sucks.
we both picked the Comanches and lost when the Eagles beat them.
I know, I know. That was a.
And
I think that was the best game of the week. That was a good game, man. It really
was
was.
it?
I thought so. I
Okay,
was happy. I
nice.
was happy that the Eagles turned it out because they deserved it, and they like it was one of those games where like nothing's happening, and all of a sudden, bam, bam, things are happening really quickly. That's just cool. Keep going.
Yeah. Especially, well, since they got that Saquon Barkley in the backfield from the Giants. Now they can move the ball on the
They deserve
ground.
him. They deserve him. Giants are assholes for fucking getting rid of him. Simple as
Oh,
that. They deserve him, and they should
totally.
have.
Now,
They should have
the
him.
rate the Raiders and the Finns, we won that game. We won the Saints, beat the Browns. We lost that heartbreaker when the Jets failed to produce anything on the Colts. Oh
That's the
man,
game. That's the game I was talking about earlier when I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be good. Gonna be good." No, it ain't. I mean, dude, it was looking so good, Jake. It was looking good,
no,
dude. Jake, it was
no.
looking friggin' not the other word. It was looking
Well,
good. And then I was like, okay. And then I went in the kitchen. I started like making dinner and like listening in. And I come in, all of a sudden, 5 seconds later, losing, done, game over. Colts. I mean,
couldn't do
no offense to the
nothing.
Colts, man. I mean, he does not belong. Sorry, he doesn't look like a Colt. That guy, who's that coach now? That fucking guy. He doesn't look like a Colt. He fits the team perfectly, Jake. Is what I'm saying. Fuck that
Is it?
guy.
Is he one of the Harbaugh brothers? Isn't
No,
one of
no.
Jim and Joe Harbaugh? Where are those guys? The
Uh,
Harbaughs. He ain't one of the Harbaughs. Who is the Colts head coach?
I don't know, Richard.
See, see, Lillian, Lillian,
What's the next? Who else? No,
uh,
tell me how bad it starts getting.
Vikings, Titans.
Yeah.
We won that one. We won the Packers game. Bears lost another heartbreaker. We won the Lions game. We both lost the Patriots Rams game when the Patriots stunk it right up and Rams took it to them. And then what else? We lost when the Ravens went out and laid a big old egg down there in Stillard
I wouldn't say
country.
that. I wouldn't say that.
What a crock of
I wouldn't say that. I watched a lot of that game. They didn't lay an egg. They
what?
they were bested in different ways that I think that they weren't expected, man. I think it was more
No,
like
they
that.
should have crushed them, Adam. They should have crushed them.
Jake,
Anyway, I didn't see the game, so I can't really. But in,
I did.
in general,
I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw because my subscription only allows me so many games, and then when the game will finish early, or a game is dead runaway, it'll switch over
yeah,
to a different game, and it switched over at the end of like a game that was like already finished, and I went to that, and I was watching it, and I was like, I didn't think I was gonna be able to watch it because it wasn't on my thing. But then all of a sudden, I am watching it, and we got to watch quite a bit of it, man. Like at least probably like 10 minutes of it, the last part, and
mm,
it was just like I don't know. It was one of those things. There was some hidden treasures coming from kind of like around the
mm.
very weird. It's very strange. That's what makes me want to get to this week's picks. Let's keep going with last week's because I have some ideas for this week that I really want to share with you and
Oh,
the viewers.
oh, really? Oh, this was last week. Oh man. All right, yeah. And then that game you gave me, the Seahawks Niners, where the Seahawks spanked the Niners. Well, you won that one. I lost that one. But then we flip flop there when I took the Broncos and you
I know.
took Atlanta.
I
We
want to see
both
that.
won the Bills game. I lost when you took the Bolts and I took the Bungles. And we both won the Texans. So overall, you finished with an overall record of 9 wins and 5 losses.
That's not as bad as I thought. I thought it was gonna be 7-7. Okay,
No,
maybe
I
not.
was 8-6. That was one game worse. And
You were 8-6 last week.
yeah, falling another game behind. So you were at 102 wins, 63 losses. While I'm sitting at 93 wins, 70 losses, going into week 12.
Okay, I have it written down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games in week 12 is what I have here. I don't know if that's right. I think there's a couple buys there. You don't have to count
Yeah,
them.
we do have. Yep.
Yep. Um,
13.
so by the way, I mean just talking about the Bills. Did you watch the Bills game, dude?
No, did it happen just the way we thought it would? Did they
No, it was better than you can think it. Better than you could think it would be.
Oh,
It was sick.
nice.
It was sick because okay, you know, starting out, the Bills start taking control right out of the gate, and they're looking really
Right.
good. And then all of a sudden, and it was looking like okay, we're good. And then all of a sudden, you see the look in Mahomes, the determination in Mahomes' face as he's going, and bam, they start coming back, right? And then you see, and I watched the whole game like this, glued to the TV. And then you see Josh Allen getting like determined. You really do. You just see it happening, and the cameras are so good. You can see all these expressions on their faces and stuff. It's way better watching a game like that on TV than it would be in the stands. Way, way, way better, man. It was awesome. And then all of a sudden, dude, Josh just takes like the ball. He's like, no, I know what to do, and he just goes through. He takes the ball on his own and just runs it and keeps going and like has these really sneaky moves, but with like the speed that it doesn't look right on TV. It doesn't. And then he gets to like near the end, and it's like the most classic one, the classic thing I've seen in NFL this year. There's like a defender coming in there, and he just Josh Allen's like near the end of the near the goal line there, whatever it's called, touch line, and he goes like that and just puts his shoulder into the guy and just like this is happening. There's nothing you're gonna do about this right now at all, and just it was
Balls to him.
so sick into the end
What?
zone. End zone. That's the right thing.
Yeah, but
That's what it is. It's the end zone, right?
yeah, right there next to the pylon. That orange.
Yeah, but he was way away. He wasn't anywhere near the edge of the field. He was like kind of
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay then. All right.
he was just like he put his shoulder down and just went in. It was such a good thing to watch as a Bills fan. You're just like, you know,
The
you
Bills
just
Mafia.
dude, I got up and clapped for like probably a solid 15-20 seconds. Just kept clapping. It was ridiculous, dude. It was sick. And then they played it again, and I was like, that is really, really, really good. And then
Nice.
and then it was like then it was cemented. It was the end of the game. No way they can win. And it was just a great victory. It was like the best. And you know how I feel about the Chiefs. I'm like one of the only people you'll ever meet that actually likes the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs, but I don't have a Chiefs hat. I don't have a Chiefs sweatshirt. I don't have Chiefs pillowcases, Jake. I don't have Chiefs slippers.
Christmas list, my stocking. Well, geez, the only other person I have ever seen with a Chiefs, huh? Hmm. Yeah, not too many people. Just one kid count maybe, but anyway, neither here nor there. Yeah, I know you were. So you were in a tough position, uh, uh,
Not tough.
Chiefs
No,
Bills, but
no, not tough.
Bills
No
Mafia.
tough position. No, dude, it was great. It was like I was telling my whole family on the West Coast. I was the whole time. I told them exactly how the game was going to play out in my dream world, how I wanted it to play out, not how I knew it was going to play out, how I wanted it to play out. And all those, the West Coasters like, I don't know about that, this and that. I go, dude, this is just what's going to happen, and it was exactly what I wanted it to happen. I mean, I was telling Finn, I mean, almost to the play, and he was like, yeah, it's good stuff, good stuff, yeah. And dude, the whole point was let's end their winning streak. You know, however
Yeah,
long in fucking zero. Let's have the Bills be the people who take them out.
yeah, dominant fashion.
And they did. So you ready for this? Steelers and Browns.
Maybe. Ah, jeez, Louise, I don't know.
Come on, you got to write this part down.
Oh, yeah, I got her. Steelers versus Browns. Steelers, baby.
Steelers.
Ride, ride Steelers, ride.
Ride, Steelers, ride.
Bucks, G man.
You're good, Jake. You're awful good. I'm going G Man all the way. No, just kidding. Bucks.
That was a good one. G man all the way. Yeah, this is where I'm gonna get a game back right here. I'm gonna pick the Bucks and Deers. I guess I can't pick the G men. Sorry,
Nope. Going
guys.
back
Oh
to the
wait, no wait. This is the week. They're benching Danny Dimes. They're gonna get Tommy Cutlets. So Tommy DeVito's coming back. We're gonna get Tommy Cutlets. He's gonna turn the team around, and
He's
the
gonna go
Giants are
back to
gonna
his
crush.
grandmother's house. He's gonna go back to grandma's, and he's gonna
Yo,
wake up on the
don't
couch.
you mess with grandma.
Come
Don't be
and then
talking
Uncle
bad about the
Johnny's gonna give him
grandmas.
a ride to the stadium, and that's gonna give him the energy he needs to make a win.
Hey, however you get your energy for the win, dub's a dub in the NFL.
So
Dub's a dub.
what you're saying then, Jake?
Buccaneers anyway. Lions Colts.
Okay, who are we talking about now?
Lions are going to Indianapolis and playing the Colts.
I have to say Lions.
I
I have
would
to. I
have to
don't
agree
think
with you.
I don't. You know, the thing is, like right now, that's. I think let's talk about that game. That game's going to be a good game. Okay, this is my prediction on that game. It's going to come out
Yeah.
like it's going to go in like a lamb and out like a lion. Because I think that the Lions are going to be working on their secondary process against a team like the Colts right now, and they're going to be testing what happens if there's injuries and other things that contingencies that they might have to adjust to for the latter part of the season when it gets real tight, and they're going to be working on those weapons, in a game against the Colts. And it's going to start off where it's going to look a little bit tight, and then I think at the end to try to make sure that they're going to seal. It's going to be a gamble, but I think that Dan Campbell can make the proper gamble for the betterment and overall benefit of the team. And I think the team knows that, and I think everybody knows exactly what's going to happen. So when Dan does that, maybe and pulls some of the fucking second string, they're not going to get the feelings hurt, and they're going to be ready to fucking make a better effort next time they get called, if they get called. Anyway, moving on. What's going on? This is my team.
Well, assuming that Campbell can make the gamble and be correct in his hypothesis of the antithesis, my thesis of what did that guy say? Anyway, yeah, Lions. So what's the over under? They've scored over 52 twice now after that last game. So are they going to do it again? Are they going to light them up? Do you think, or no? It's going to be a closer affair. 28, 24,
No,
27,
I think it'd be lower than that.
21.
To be honest with you, I think it's going to be slightly lower than that. I really do.
All right, okay.
Maybe
Next
more
game,
like
the
17,
Vikings.
more like 17-21.
17, 20. All right, okay.
Yeah.
Now the Vikings, okay. Oh yeah, that'll be a battle then. So the Vikings are going to Chicago and playing that team that just loves getting their heart ripped out at the last second of every single game this year.
They're not playing
Uh,
the Jets.
no, the Bears. The Bears
Oh,
have lost the last two games, right, on a field goal at the last, or something
I haven't
along
been
those
paying attention to,
lines.
dude. I haven't been paying attention to the Bears, honestly. When I focus on something, even if they're playing against somebody that I want to play against, I don't remember the badness of the team that I don't really care about. I only care
Yeah,
about the team that
yeah.
just
In
how I am.
Chicago, you haven't cared about them since 1985 when we
I told
all
you
were
I was.
doing the Super Bowl shuffle.
Well, I told you a while ago, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, that I was
Oh yes, the gentleman.
going. I was thinking more and more about the Bears, but lately I haven't been again. I was, but now I'm not, because they're like part of the network that I have. Jake, again, I only have like certain games that are broadcast. So like a lot of times, Bears in more Western games, I don't have access to, unless they're like playing somewhere in my time zone, and then
Right,
I can
exactly.
stream it.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
So what else we
Yeah.
got, Jake?
Well, Vikes Bears.
Oh, I said Vikes, Vikes.
Oh, sorry. Well, this might be a sleeper game where the Bears finally get one. Oh man. Oh man, I should pick the Bears here. I could get a game back. Being a gambler. This would be a gamble. Let's flip a coin here. Heads. Heads, I pick the Bears. Tails, I pick the Vikes.
I like this. I like it.
Dang. Heads. What did I say? Heads, I pick the Bears, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
deal's a
All right.
deal. All right, Bears.
Dude,
Anyway, Broncos play Mike Kirkpatrick's Raiders.
I'm gonna have to go with the. I thought Kirkpatrick was a Saints fan. No, no, that's a Papa, Papa gone fish. Yeah. Okay.
Word.
For Kirkpatrick, I'm gonna go for Mike the Rose. Mike's the Rose. Mike Kirkpatrick. I'm going.
Yes.
I'm going with the his Raiders on that one for Mike. Because hey,
And I led you down the garden path and got you hook, line, and sinker. You fell into my Broncos trap yet again this week, Adam. I thought you would see it coming from last week in Atlanta, where you thought Mike Cousins were going to take us out, but it's not going to happen. Bo Nix has got the fix, and he's got it in for you this week, and the Raiders, they're going down.
I just need
Antonio
to give you a
Pierce.
couple of weeks, man.
Okay. What?
Nothing.
What'd you say to me?
Nothing, dude.
I can't hear so good.
I said I just like to give you a couple of weeks.
Nice. All right. Well,
Boom.
but what if they
That
don't
was
win?
that was free.
The Raiders might play tough at home. Antonio Pierce is playing for his job, or he's coaching for his job. Maybe the Raiders do win this one.
Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta get another beer.
Are you serious? Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what should I do here? I'm going to take a spot. On one hand, I got to pick the Broncos.
Sorry about that. Had to get another beer.
But on the other hand, I got to pick the Raiders.
Wait,
No,
where are we going? What happened? You talking Ravens?
no, I'm going Broncos. You're going Raiders. I'm gonna
Good. That's
I'm gonna
good.
try to get. I'm gonna go down fighting. Okay, so next game, Cardinals play the Seahawks in Seattle.
Whew. Phew. I'm gonna have to do my thing, Jake. Right out as soon as you said that, Jake. As soon as you said that, I was like, "There's no way I can make this decision. There's just no way."
No.
I'm gonna have to leave it up to the fate of the Bic lighter this time. Now I'm gonna take
Okay.
this. If the Bic, the flame part, goes over here
Uh
to
huh.
my left, I'm gonna
To the
pick the
left.
Seahawks. So the Seahawks. If
Okay.
it goes over to the right, it's gonna have to be the Cardinals, right?
Really?
And here we go. I'm just gonna take it here and just spin it. Oh, that's a good one.
Well, that's a nice
Nope,
spin right
down
there.
the middle. Down the middle. We got to do it again.
No way. Well, even
Oh,
fate does. Even fate
look at
doesn't
that.
know. Seahawks, it is.
Seahawks it is, baby. Now,
Yeah.
Seahawks it is. Okay. That's it. That's like, okay, this is another thing. Like I said, with the broadcasting and the live and all that, I'm not going to get that game. I'm going to have to, like, to watch that game. I want to watch that game. This time of year is when it starts getting really crazy. That's when I go into places like Fubo, whatever it's called, and like Paramount Plus and some of the other like
Yeah.
streaming things. Start shelling out some dough so I can watch games like this because it's getting tight. And then the closer and closer it gets to the just before playoffs, I end up start, you know, next thing you know, I got fucking 12 subscriptions to stuff that doesn't even work.
You got to learn how to hack through the
I don't do that.
digilators like the one of the brothers over there, Jeremy and Zachariah.
Zachariah Sitchin. What do we got
Uh,
next,
it's like,
Jake?
well, we got the Ravens playing the Bolts.
Dude, I said Ravens, didn't I? I said Ravens and you said Raiders, I think, but I was like, you talking about the Ravens? Maybe you were
Yeah.
talking about the Ravens though. Ravens Bolts. Ravens Bolts. Okay. That's a really good question.
Ravens. People say they're on fraudulent watch from dropping, dropping. They dropped a couple. They lost to the
Where
Browns. They
where's
lost to the
this?
Steelers.
This is gonna be at SoFi then, which is gonna be AstroTurf, which is gonna give Lamar Jackson the kind of traction that he's gonna need to make quick moves and not slip. I'm going Ravens because of that fact. Even though it's a home game for the Chargers, when there's AstroTurf and Lamar Jackson's playing, he doesn't usually mess up that bad. But let's just do this. Let's take a note of that and let's watch the game. Maybe actually that's probably not a game I can watch either. But I wonder what's going to happen during that game. You know, if Lamar can keep his footing and play the way he does, moving, juking, or just getting ready for a pass. If it's wet and slippery, he's gonna oftentimes slip out and fail. But if he has AstroTurf to play off of Jake, he's gonna play real good. The only turf that he plays well on is at his home turf, and that's just a pun on words. But it's true because the turf that's at his home fields it's real tight. It's a different type of grass. It's got a very tight, very thick root system. It's not like the shit down south where you step on it and it slides out. Or if it gets a little wet, it becomes temperamental. This is like northern, more northern style, hardened, real thick shit that's like concrete. It's like a bunch of weeds basically, but it's grass. Anyway,
Jeez.
who's next?
Well, uh, the next game, I will agree with you and pick the Ravens as well.
Huh? Okay.
Even though, like you said, it is out there with the Bolts, then they just squeaked out a win. The next game is gonna be Kansas City going to Carolina playing the Panthers.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. I'm gonna go Chiefs. That's a sad situation. I do not want to watch that game at all. I don't want anything to do with that fucking game.
Well,
I don't want to watch it at all. Nothing cool about that game. It's a waste
I'll
of
agree with you. But speaking of Panthers, I can't let this opportunity go by without saying, Adam, it's like I saw Bigfoot last Sunday. The lioness on the Serengeti running through the neighbor's yard in the sunlight, long as a Volkswagen head as big as two cinder blocks. No, just kidding. The tail is long. Anyway, the tail This thing was moving.
Jake, Jake.
It's like it's not supposed to exist. And now this thing
Now,
is
Jake.
so, huh? This thing is
I feel
so big.
strongly about this, Jake. I feel strongly about this. We gotta
This
put
thing
it.
is so
We gotta put
big.
it. We gotta put it to bed right now, so we can divulge it in a different way. I got an
Huh?
idea for it. I got an idea for it. It's amazing. No, not. It's not. The idea isn't amazing. The
Dan
experience is
Frontier and
amazing.
the Big Cat. All right, well,
Jake,
let's hope the Panthers don't. Let's hope the Panthers don't. Well, let's just hope the Panthers keep playing the way they're playing. Next game, the Cowgirls play the Comanches. Cowboys and
Cowgirls
Indians.
against the Comanches. Jesus,
Cowboys and
I gotta
Indians.
go Comanches, man. There's no way I can go with the. I mean, are the Cowboys gonna be around next year?
Probably not. I don't know. I think they're gonna demolition the stadium. Yeah, I'm gonna go Skins too. Next game, Patriots versus the Finns.
That's a good question right there. It is. It is a good question right there. You know what I?
I'm gonna go Finns.
Me too, dude. Me too. That's what definitely what I'm going. I mean, I can't. The reason why I have to, if the Patriots were a definite thing, I would have to go with them. But otherwise, I'm never gonna say Patriots ever, ever,
Well,
ever. Hate them.
next is the battle of the two T's, the Titans and
No,
Texans.
Texans all the way. Texans all the way. Yep, that one we're going Texans.
Oh,
What about you?
CJ Stroud bandwagon riding Mohawk. Of course, I'm taking the
No, dude. I'm
Texans.
just going.
Houston all the
Like I
way.
told you, I'm going off the fucking game that they played against the Lions. That's all I'm going about. I mean, they played so hard against the Lions. They won. I
Bro,
watched the. I watched. I watched them. I haven't seen that kind of energy or momentum or
they
team
were dominating
spirit
last
from
year.
the Titans.
They're kind of wishy washy. There are a lot of teams I'm fraudulent watching. A lot of teams like the Bungles. They got knocked out of playoff contention. But who knows? Everyone's so bad. 49ers versus Packers. Ooh, that's going to be a good game.
I'm going with the Packers, man. I got to go with my gut on that because just that's the only bet that I can make right now. I can't say anything other. I can't say, oh, let's go against what I think it should be because right now I'm not sure.
Yeah. Depends
All right,
who's playing and how they're playing and what team shows up. What team's going to show up on Sunday night? Ay, 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 man. Packers. Jeez Louise. Well, I think the Niners will win by 5. And since the home team gives you 3 points advantage, that means the Niners will still win by 2. They're going to squeak out a victory. I'm going to go with the Niners and hope to gain another game.
good,
Okay,
good.
the last
Finally,
game.
finally got some balls.
The last game, Eagles versus the Rams.
Eagles for Kevin Wassink. I was talking to Kev a couple days ago. You know, because he has the show there with his kid
Fly,
and
Eagles, fly.
Kevin Cal. But anyway, I was talking to Kev. We had a nice conversation. He's like, Bomber, you gotta come check out the Eagles, man. You and Jake gotta come check out the Eagles. He's such a great dude. I love him so much. I'm like, ha 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 ha. No. I was like, no, dude,
No.
no. that's not happening. But because he said that, this is my little gift to Kev, or little love you, Kev. I'm going with the Eagles because I did watch most of the game last week, and I did like the spirit that the Eagles had because they kind of made a statement, not a huge statement, but they made enough of a statement, and they were fun to watch, and it was a good game. So we're going with the Eagles. Bomber, you and Jake gotta come. You and Jake gotta come check out the Eagles, man. No,
Oh man. Eagles, they better. I'm gonna pick the Eagles too. Fly, Eagles, fly. They better beat those Rams.
boom, better beat those Rams. So Jake, we got it all planned out. We got it all figured out right now. It's what 102 to 93. That's what we're doing right now. That's the stats between me and you, right?
So far.
Okay. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. I mean, dude, this week, I mean, I gave you that one this week. Last week I gave you two. This week I'm just gonna give you one.
One, two. Yeah, we're different on 3 games, so.
I gave you one. I gave you one on purpose. Yeah.
What? You said that last week to jinx me
I
on
gave you
the
two last week.
Seahawks.
Two last
So
week.
it's not gonna work. Back, no
It
takebacks.
worked. I gave you two
You
last
can't
week,
jinx me
bro.
again.
No, the ones I gave you last week came through. I gave you two of them.
Huck
100%.
two on that thing. What'd you say to me?
Don't.
You gave me two.
Yeah.
You gave me two.
Okay, well, guys, we'll catch you next time. Uh, Jake, thanks for coming out here. We'll see what
Hey.
happens.